you say you talked about with the other production heads through during pre-production. Were there big meetings, or was it just like you sitting with each person saying like, this is what it feels like?
I know. I mean, I explained it as much as I just did.
Okay.
That was the idea, and then they would bring if it was our first movie together, I think there would be more trial and error.
Okay, so
like when Eric and I are working with each other, honestly, it's just a little like, look at this, and then it's like this. Yeah, like on a 40. Yeah, exactly.
And I'll be
so
like,
40 to start
so like, kind of
but like in
yeah.
a commercial, right? We know.
Like
but you had some new people. Like was your production designer your first?
All 3 films.
Okay, had done all 3 films. So that's
no. So Dana has done all 3 films. Eric did Juno in this film. Rolfe did Smoking in this film. My production.
How about
designer,
your first AD?
First AD did all my commercials with him and all 3 films. My costume designer did Smoking in this film. No, I think I've always been a big believer in relationship over resume. Okay. And that's not to say that they don't have great resumes. They do. But there are many people with great resumes. There's many gifted people. And frankly, a lot of the reason you wind up with a resume of one type of film or another isn't because you aren't actually gifted at doing sci-fi or gifted at doing action films. It's frankly, you did one great sci-fi film and you get hired to do more, and people have no idea how good you are at actually doing a romantic comedy. So there's a lot of very talented people out there who are capable of doing it. The real question is, who do you want to spend this amount of time with? Yeah. Who do you get along with? When things get shitty, as they undoubtedly will, and you're on set and everything is falling apart, who do you want to be next to? And you want to be next to someone you love. So when I'm on set and the world is falling apart, do I want to be next to like a psychotic DP whose name I won't name, or do I want to be next to Eric, who, together we've figured out everything together, and we have a dialogue that makes sense. And when I'm working on music, and there's these moments where we're sitting in Rolfe's studio, and it can be terrifying to be that close to the end of the process, and you go, my God, this scene still does not work. I'm really fucked here. Do you want to be with a composer who doesn't understand your language, or do you want to work with a composer where there's a shorthand, where he just suddenly picks up an instrument, plays something, I'm like, oh yes, that thing, and we talk and we get it. And the same goes for editing. You realize you get into the editing room, it's like, I shot this scene completely wrong.
Yeah. So do you ask her to save you?
Yes, it's not, will you save me? It's having such a good relationship that you are confident that things are going to work out. Yeah. And so that's why I've worked with the same people over and over.